Streaming live from the Paul and Catherine Ranke Memorial Studio. This is TV Free Baltimore. Support for TV Free Baltimore comes from viewers like you. Become a TV Free Baltimore member by visiting patreon.com/TV Free Baltimore.
You're watching Maryland Politics here on TV Free Baltimore.
Good evening and welcome to Maryland Politics. I'm your host, Louise Baker. This evening we have Dr. Saif Rehman, a first-generation immigrant from Pakistan. Dr. Saif Rehman exemplifies an American success story, and he is living the American dream. He is a husband, father, small business owner, and CEO of an information technology firm. Welcome to the show, Dr. Rehman.
Well, thank you so much for the kind introduction, and thank you for inviting me to your studio today.
We're going to start off by you telling me a little bit about your background, what got you here, and your family life.
I came to this country almost 4 decades ago, and reason I came over here was for the higher education, and I came from a very poor family. I mean, you have heard the phrase, it takes a village to raise a kid. It actually took a village to get me to this country, and just a quick story about it. I think it used to be around $6,000 to $7,000 that you had to show in order to get the visa to come to this country. So my father had to go to about, I think, 7 to 10 different friends to be able to collect those funds to show that in the bank so I could get here, or I could get the visa to get here. So that's what it took. So as far as, coming to this country, like I said, I'm a first-generation immigrant almost 4 decades ago. And I came, I worked hard. I got my education over here. I got my bachelor's, my master's, and my PhD because my parents instill upon me that education is the only thing that is going to take you to the next level. I saw growing up, I saw my parents struggle when they were raising us. So I made sure that regardless of how things got bad, I worked hard and I completed that education. Because of that, I am where I am today.
It's obvious that education is very important to your parents and very important to you. So currently, we have, our education system is pushing these curriculums that involves teaching children as young as kindergarten things of a sexual nature and gender ideology. So I need to ask you, and that becomes actually more intense as grades go on. So what are your thoughts on this new curriculum?
What I see in schools, what's going on with the different ideologies that are being pushed and different kind of, the sex education and stuff being pushed towards the younger, kids as young as elementary. This is very disturbing. This needs to stop, and this is, one of the core reasons that I'm running for the state delegate position.
So, if elected, would you introduce an amendment or a bill? Would you do anything to stop funding for that type of the curriculum?
I'll definitely do everything possible, from introducing the bills, working with across the aisle if I need to make sure that we stop this nonsense that's going on in our school system.
So what other solutions would you offer to improve the schools in Maryland?
Well, I can tell you, having gone through the education system over here myself, I understand the difference between proper teaching versus what appears to be, the indoctrination of our children. To answer your question, our schools should promote achievement and excellence. Parents should have a voice in their children's education. Schools must focus on literacy, numeracy, and effective communication. Students need a history and civics curriculum that engenders American values and civic responsibilities. I plan to work hard with the help of teachers, with the help of parents, to ensure that we not only create environment and opportunities, but create and pass bills that will help our education system.
So I need to ask you then, what are your thoughts on homeschooling, school choice, the money following the child?
I'm all for it. I think we're used to be number one or number two. I think we're still pretty high on each spend that we spend on each child, but our education system is going down. So a little competitive option like school choice will not only help provide the option for the parent to be able to pick and choose where they want their kid to be educated, but it will help improve our public school system as well. They will make sure that they're able to compete so your kid goes to their school rather than to any other school that the parents are trying to pick.
Let's transition into crime. And crime is skyrocketing in this country. We all know that. We all feel it. So there's this notion of defunding our police, and there's a lot of rhetoric and some action around that coming from our Democratic friends. Can you talk to me about that?
Definitely can. There is a reason that we are seeing the increase in crime everywhere in our state. I believe that without our laws and well-trained law enforcement officials, there is no freedom. The call to defund our police is a dangerous political maneuver, which has led to skyrocketing crime rates across the nation and in our own backyard. I'll push back against any kind of a radical anti-police rhetoric and legislation and support fully funding our police officers to provide them with the top quality safety and security that our community needs and our school systems need and deserve.
How is the skyrocketing crime affecting small businesses?
Well, just to take you, kind of a very specific examples. If you are a small business like a restaurant or let's say convenience store or gas station, and if there's any kind of a robbery and stuff, it takes them. If somebody takes one candy, it takes them probably like 10 to 20 different candies in order to make up the loss that they experience because of that loss. So small businesses are the ones that get affected day in and day out, and we need to make sure that we do something about it, because small businesses are the backbone of this country, are the backbone of this state, and we need to ensure that we do everything, not only in terms of the laws that we need to pass, the taxes that we need to ensure that we work on, but we need to make sure that we create the safe environment for them to do their business and be able to help their families.
So for the past 2 years, or for a 2-year period of time, small businesses really suffered the blow of COVID. And Governor Hogan put in executive orders in place and shut down small businesses. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Well, as you know that I'm a small business owner. So let me just say that I'm not only a small business owner, but I'm the only small business owner that is running from either side of the party, Democrats or Republicans, for a state delegate from District 9A. So I know a little bit about the day in and day out, the struggles that the small businesses go through. Small businesses provide the job growth, the innovation that our communities need and our state needs. Small businesses, like I said, are the backbone of this country. They are the backbone of our state. In my district, District 9A, where I'm running from, farmers are suffering from higher taxes and increased regulations that we are putting on them. Many of the other businesses are suffering, and they've been gutted in the last couple of years that we have gone through this COVID situation, and they're still suffering after all said and done. The federal and state mandates have forced our small business owners aside, and we have seen that we have kept the large businesses open, and they thrived in that environment. So let me just give you a couple of different numbers. Maryland, as a state, we're ranked number 44 at the bottom when it comes to state business tax climate. As an entrepreneurial-friendly state, we are number 40. So we are ranked at the bottom when it comes to small business atmosphere, small business environment. So, we should and must create some better environment so we, not only the existing small businesses can survive and thrive, but attract some new businesses so we can create some additional jobs and better paying jobs in this state.
What would you propose to help small businesses get started in our state?
Well, we need to make sure that we have more streamlined regulations, we have more streamlined laws so they are able to come in, that we have lower taxes. That's one of the reasons a lot of businesses end up choosing neighboring states. And we need to make sure that everything's streamlined when it comes to applying for something, opening, getting a permit or license or whatever the case may be. So all these different things help a small business and help a state to attract small business and help the state to create and generate new revenues that we desperately need.
So you are committed to promoting free markets. Can you explain how free markets help businesses thrive?
Sure. It's simple. It contributes to the political and civil freedom. Everybody has a right to choose what to produce and what to consume. It contributes to the economic growth and transparency, and it ensures competitive markets.
So Maryland taxes are very high on retirees. What can we do to change that and keep retirees staying here in Maryland?
Well, Hogan actually recently enacted a tax cut for retirees, providing them with some relief. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Maryland, as a state, we are number one, and number one from the bottom when it comes to the retirees exodus. And those retirees are not going to, Florida or California because they have money. They're going to our neighboring states like Pennsylvania, Delaware, so they can save on taxes. So, to have them leave after they have paid their dues all their work lives, and then to leave their families, we need to do something about it. We can do something about it. I think we can learn from the other states, that are attracting those retirees, and provide similar tax cuts, incentives, to make sure that those retirees, after that, after they have done their due diligence, paid their dues and everything, that they're able to enjoy their retirement life close to their families.
Maryland is unfriendly to small businesses and entrepreneurs with regard to our high taxes. What can be done to change that?
Well, let me tell you that aside from running my own technology company, I'm also appointed commissioner for 2 Maryland agencies, both appointed by the governor with the Senate's consent. So under one of the commissions in Maryland Economic Development Commission, which is under Department of Commerce, my role as a commissioner is to establish, develop policies, and oversee, support the creation, attraction, and retention of businesses and jobs. So we are unfriendly due to various policies and laws that we have passed at the state level. This is why, as I mentioned earlier, that we are number 44 in business tax climate, and we are number 40 when it comes to being entrepreneurial friendly state. I mean, there's a reason for that. So we must promote and create policies to retain our current businesses, attract the new businesses, so we can create new jobs, better paying jobs. I mean, we must think outside the box to generate the new revenues and create better paying jobs. With my 30 years of professional experience working for various different small businesses and running my own company for the last 16, I've gone through ups and downs and understand the pains, the suffering, and the help that is needed at the small business level. So when I am at the state in Annapolis, I will make sure that we create those policies with the help of small businesses to ensure that they're able to not only survive but thrive in this state of Maryland.
Dr. Rehman, thank you so much for coming into the studio and sharing your American dream story with us. I'd like you to offer our viewers a closing statement, tell them why they should vote for you, and be sure to give your contact information.
Okay, sure. First, let me just say that thank you so much for inviting me today. So folks, American dream is alive and well. Anybody can achieve success through hard work. Vote for me on July 19th for the state delegate from District 9A, and I will work tirelessly every day to earn your trust. You can reach out to me through my website, voteforrehman.com, and thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you all for watching Maryland Politics. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TV Free Baltimore. I am your host, Louise Baker. Take care, stay safe, and please join us for our next interview. Good night.
You're watching Maryland Politics here on TV Free Baltimore.